Hey, what's up, you guys? I was trying to get my dog to just sit up here with me, and it turned into this weird thing, and I guess maybe I'll put like a little snippet of the video like right here of what happened. So like you care about me, so weird about it. Just lay on me. Bruce, come here. Stop doing what you're doing. Stop doing what you're doing. Lay on me. You actually gotta stay like this the whole time. What is happening? Okay, I guess this is how we're. You look so stupid. Ah! So yeah, this is my life right now. I don't know if he's gonna stay here for very long, but he's laying so weird on me. Like I feel like it doesn't even do you guys justice because you can't really see how he's laying fully, but either way, it's really funny. But I just wanted to get out a video to you guys because for one, I really haven't been posting many videos and I feel bad about that. And I feel like I'm still like trying to work on not being weird on camera, and I can't get better at that unless I film. But the other reason why I'm filming is because I only have my dog to talk to, and he really just stares at me. And I mean, you guys don't, at least you can leave comments, you know, and kind of talk me through this. And either way, I want to vent about my apartment complex. I'm thinking about writing an article to the local paper because I've just had the worst experience in this apartment complex. I'm over it. Like, I'm done. I'm pretty pissed off, but let me tell you guys the full story, and then you can give me your take on it. And then also, if there's anybody that knows like the legality of what's happening to me, I would love for your input. Let me kind of start at the beginning. This is Bruce, if you guys don't know. He is I'm pretty sure he's a Pit Dalmatian mix. I do want to buy the breed testing from PetSmart and test that for sure, but for now that's what we're going with because I don't really know. Anyway, so when I first moved in here, like things weren't really that bad in the beginning. It's kind of like a bougie, what I consider like a bougie apartment complex. I kind of splurged a little bit by coming here. It's still like within my means, but barely. I really wanted to spend like $800, no more than $800 a month for an apartment, and moving in here, my starting rent was about $834 before taxes a month, so it came out to like $860 maybe. I don't really remember, $870. Then after I lived here for a year, my rent went up. Like I pay like $910 now. I got a first floor apartment. It has wooden floors. I mean, the layout and everything is nice. Like it's a decent apartment. I don't really know how many square feet, like maybe like 700. It's not huge, but it's like comfortable. It's just me and my dog, so it's comfortable. Like I really can't complain. It's pretty much everything I wanted, except for the fact that I wanted a bathroom that was not through my bedroom. But they didn't, the only one that they had like that was like way out of my price range. So I ended up getting the one where the bathroom is through the bedroom, which I hate when I have guests, but it's kind of whatever. I don't really have that many guests anyway. So at first, like things were kind of okay. Once I was here, maybe, well, first of all, in the beginning, I did start to get bugs. I had like spiders, like those little roly-poly things. In the beginning, I think that was about it. Just like a lot of like weird, like little bugs everywhere, but I was like, whatever, you know, not a huge deal. And everything was okay for maybe a couple months before my neighbor came over and knocked on my door, and he was like, just to let you know, someone did break into my apartment. He said that his wife was home sleeping while it happened, which I don't even understand how you can sleep through something like that, but I guess they like somehow broke open his sliding glass door. And then he said the weird thing was that they didn't even take, like, he had his Xbox or PS4 or whatever out. He said they didn't even take that. They like took like a backpack that he owned as well as his computer, maybe a couple other things, but he was like, it was weird that they took like, you know, those didn't cost me as much as like my Xbox and stuff like that. So he was like confused, like they stole like random stuff that didn't really make sense. So after that, I did buy like a security system. So basically it chimes. It doesn't actually like alert the police station, but if someone like breaks in my door or breaks in a window or my sliding glass door, it'll just alarm like a really, really loud sound, which I would hope would scare someone away. And also I got like a stick thing for my sliding glass door so they can't just slide it open. And so everything was fine. And then for like maybe a couple months later, I started to get cockroaches, like really bad, the big ones. I learned that, you know, in the South, they're big, just coming up out of your drains and things like that. I didn't know that. I'm from upstate New York. So I never knew that that was like a thing, but people around here are like, yeah, you're just supposed to like clog your drains, and that keeps them out because they just come up through the pipes and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, makes sense. So I started clogging my drains. I also bought roach traps, things like that. Took care of it. Everything was fine. So I'd say I had roaches maybe like a couple months on and off. It wasn't like a consistent thing. I would just find like a roach here and there, like maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks. I would just happen to find one, and once I got the traps and everything, like when I saw them, they would usually be dead by the time I found them, and I'd be like, all right, cool, like it's working. Maybe another couple months after that, I started to get scorpions. So I was laying in bed watching Netflix, and I just felt something moving on me. Yeah. Like flicked it off, and then I looked where I flicked it off, and it was a little baby scorpion. Like it was really, I even had to look up what it was because I wasn't even sure it was a scorpion, because it was really little, kind of clear, but I mean it kind of looked like a scorpion. And I like smashed it, and then I googled what it was. I'm pretty sure it was a baby scorpion. So that was the first time it was on me, but I was just like, whatever, it's a fluke, it's not a big deal, it probably came in through like a fucking window or something, it's whatever. And then maybe like a week or two after that, I saw a scorpion like this big on my bed. Yeah, so that was great. I had to smash that. And then like another week after that, a couple of my friends that were dog sitting found another one in my bed as well. And then after that, I just kept finding them consistently for like weeks, months. I don't know how long it's been. It's been like 4 months now, 4 or 5 months maybe. And I have found 7 scorpions in my apartment. I have told my apartment people multiple times that I have a scorpion issue. Some of them were huge, some of them were babies. I told them like from the time I saw the 2nd or 3rd one was when they started coming in to spray, until the 7th one that I physically took to their front office in a baggie. I was being kind of petty about it. But the thing is, I pay for pest control through my apartment complex, so they should be taking care of these, right? Like, it shouldn't be my responsibility. Like, I could understand if I was messy and like leaving food around and things like that, but I'm not. They're just coming in somehow. When they first sprayed the first 2 times, after the 2nd time, I asked them, I was like, you know, I saw another scorpion after the 2nd time that they sprayed. I asked them, like, can I move apartments? Because it only makes sense to me that I'm getting all these bugs because I'm a 1st floor apartment and they're just coming in under my door. It just makes sense. So, you know, maybe if I move up to like a 2nd or 3rd floor, like I'm willing to do it, even though it's a hassle to have to move all my stuff. Maybe I won't have a bug issue. So I asked them what the possibility was of that. Mind you, at this time, it was like maybe August or September that I asked them if I could move apartments, and they told me no, because it was so close to the beginning of my lease that it was going to cost me $500 to move apartments. Mind you, I had already renewed my lease. I got here originally in March of 2016, renewed my lease March of 2017, and then after that was when I started having problems with the scorpion. So at that time, I had been here already like a year and a half, not even, but pretty close to a year and a half. And they're trying to tell me, because I'm near the beginning of my lease, that I would have to pay $500 to move apartments. And I'm like, tell me how that makes sense when I've been here for a year and a half. And they said that like my clock restarted once I renewed my lease, which is stupid. It doesn't even make sense. Yeah, I kept getting more scorpions. And then after the 7th one was when I went to my front office with it, and I was like, you guys need to do something about this. You've already sprayed twice. I've asked if I can move apartments. When you spray, yeah, I know, I'm sicky. I said, when you spray, it doesn't work. They keep coming back. This is the 7th one I found. What are we gonna do to resolve this? I pay rent here. Like, this should be your job to fix it. And once again, I asked if I can move apartments. And this time I was like physically there in person. The first time I called, this time I physically went there in person. And I was even in uniform and everything, and I was just trying to be like, I don't know, there's like other people coming in that were like inquiring about getting an apartment, and I was trying to talk loud enough that they could hear me, because I was like, don't think I'm not gonna tell people that you guys aren't helping me out. I'm living with scorpions. Like, literally wasn't sleeping. Like, for weeks at a time, I would be getting like 3-4 hours of sleep a night because I'd be up all night, like paranoid that there's scorpions in my bed. I'm also like, I have phobias of bugs. Like, I hate bugs. So I kind of like made a little bit of a scene about it, but I was also kind of nice about it, because I was just like, just help me and I'll be happy. That's all I want. Like, I'm not an ass. I want to live comfortably, because I pay enough money that I should be able to live comfortably. So the guy went and talked to his manager and came back, and I knew like as soon as he came back that he was trying to like think of how to tell me like the bad news in like a, you know, eloquent way. And that's pretty much what he did. He was like, so we can't move you out, like it would cost you $500, and he worded it like, well, I don't want to have to inconvenience you to pay $500 if we can just fix it. And I was like, all right, well, that's fair enough, but you guys have already sprayed twice and nothing's happened. And, you know, I keep telling you guys about this and it seems like you're just not doing anything. So, like, what's our next game plan? So he said that they would come through again, spray again, third time now. And in addition to that, I'm sorry, that they would caulk all the windows and doors and everything like that, make sure all the cracks are sealed. And at that same time that I was there, I asked for a copy of my lease, which he said he would email to me, which he has not yet. This was a week and a half ago. But when I came back to my apartment, I saw that they had screwed on a door sweep to the bottom of my door because there's like a crack between the door and the floor. And they said, like, they left like a really ghetto note that said, like, hopefully this will help with the scorpion. And then they came the next day and they sprayed. Since then, I haven't seen any scorpions. Ooh, and I missed a part of this. I missed a critical part of the story. Before the whole scorpion thing, a few months before that, I got a new neighbor next door. Same apartment as the first neighbor that told me they had a break-in. New neighbor, a lady with two dogs. They're little dogs, but still, 2 dogs. She came and told me that she was broken into as well. Same apartment. And I told her, like, yeah, whoever lived there before you was also broken into, so this seems like a really consistent thing. Like, either someone has a key to that apartment, it's someone that knows the place, someone that lives here. I don't really know what's going on, but that same apartment has been broken into twice now. And, like, she's literally right next door to me. Literally right next door to me. Or, the point I'm at now was last week, they came into my apartment, they sprayed, they made sure all my doors and everything were sealed properly, everything like that. And then that was the last of the work orders I had put in. Everything was done, kosher, good. And so now I'm just kind of waiting to see how things go. Well, today I go to work. I had a long day at work. I had to get there. I was probably at work by 6:15 this morning. And I didn't get home until about 5:45 tonight. So poor Bruce here was in the house for a long time. However, this is not the first time that my dog has been in the house for a long time. He's been here like 12 hours before. He's never gone to the bathroom in the house. The only time he's ever done that is when he's sick. He's really well behaved. You're a good boy. He knows that. And so when I got home, how many hours is that? It was like 11 hours that I was gone. It was a long day. I come home and from my car, I can hear my security alarm going off. And I'm like, that sure as hell better not be mine, because there's a lot of sounds in this apartment, like car alarms go off all the time, smoke alarms, like things like that. Things are always going off. So I hear it from the car, but it sounds like a very distant, like almost like those bugs that come out during the summer that make the whistling sound. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't know what they're called. It almost sounded like that, like really far away. And I was like, what is that? And then as I got closer and closer to my apartment, I could tell it was coming from inside my apartment, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So I'm pretty sure my door was locked, but I was in such like a daze that I just like really quickly busted in here, turned off the alarm, was like looking at Bruce like, are you okay? And then immediately I was looking around like, okay, what's missing? Grabbed a knife off my kitchen counter. I'm a crazy bitch. I looked around my apartment and I said, you better hope to fuck you're not still here, because you have a death wish if you are. And I'm walking around with this knife like I'm about to stab someone because I don't have a gun or anything. And nobody was here. And it wasn't until I came back out and like settled down a little bit and like had time to like look and think, I noticed everything was still here. I was pretty sure my door was locked, but I wasn't positive because I was in like this weird daze. But Bruce was like literally shaking, like he couldn't even walk right. And then I noticed that there was a puddle of pee in my living room where like he was so scared that he peed. And in my head, I'm like, well, what time did they... Well, first of all, my initial thought was someone robbed me. I got online, I figured out how to file an online police report, and I like started to do that. But then I was like, wait, it's Tuesday. I know pest control comes through on Tuesday, or, you know, they only come in on Tuesdays, but I had them scheduled for last Tuesday. But I was like, well, let me just call and just make sure. So I called my front office and I asked them, like, do you know if anybody like came into my apartment today? And they told me like, yeah, the pest control people came by. We weren't sure if you wanted it sprayed today, so we just told them to go ahead and just do it because we knew it was kind of an emergency. And I was like, no, you guys sprayed last week. They shouldn't have to come in again this week unless there's some kind of weird situation I don't know about where they need to spray twice. I feel like that's dangerous. I don't really know, but I told her, I was like, you guys just sprayed. You shouldn't have to come back this week. And she was like, well, yeah, they came by and they said that there was a dog loose, so they left. And I was like, yeah, I would say there was a dog loose. My alarm was going off for I don't know how long. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't know. And to me, that was really weird because here, every time I put in a work order, they like notify me when they're coming by. Like, if I don't know how to explain it, but if I'm not home, they'll leave me a note and ask me when a good time is to come by, or like call me and schedule it, so that they're not just coming in my apartment without, they have to have my permission. That's just how the apartment works. They can't come in here without my permission. So they've always asked me when they can come into the apartment. So I was like, what? I don't know, this thing, the pest control thing today wasn't scheduled. They came through last Tuesday. They shouldn't have had to come in again today. Nobody notified me because they know I have a dog and they know I have an alarm system, because I have reported both of these things to them so that they know not to just come in here. And so I thought it was really, really weird that they tried to come in here unannounced, supposedly, to spray for bugs when it was already done last week. And then to act like surprised, like they had to have heard that beep when they came in, because it makes a very, very loud beep when it comes in, and then it flashes. And if you don't put in the alarm in the given time, like the alarm goes off. So they had to have come in, they've had to have heard the beep, and then they saw Bruce, and what, they just left? They didn't think to themselves like, oh shit, this alarm's about to go off? Or they would have, before, I can guarantee, before they got more than 3 feet away from the door, that alarm would have gone off. It has like a maybe 7-second timer, if that. So I guess they just decided to just leave the alarm on for whatever reason. I mean, they had time to lock the door and everything when they left. So like, I know they had heard the alarm, and usually they come pretty early. I feel like it's around lunchtime. So I'm thinking that Bruce had to sit here and listen to this, and it's a loud alarm. Thinking that Bruce had to sit here and listen to this alarm for 5 hours straight. Like, I can literally hear it from where I park. It's a loud, like I guarantee you everybody in the whole building heard it. So now I'm kind of shaken at the fact that my next door neighbor has been robbed twice. They tried to come into my apartment unannounced, which they never do. They always have to give me at least 24 to 48 hours notice, because I have a dog, he needs to be crated. I have an alarm that I need to know that needs to be off for that day so they can come in. And on top of everything, I've had, like, I swear to God, it's like an infestation of scorpions. 7 scorpions in a few months, that's a lot of bugs for no apparent reason. And even when I asked the front desk people, like, is anybody else having this issue, the guy, like, evaded my question. He wouldn't tell me. And I was like, well, maybe it would make me feel better if I knew I wasn't the only person dealing with it. Like, maybe if I knew switching apartments wouldn't help, then I would just be more likely to deal with it. But at this point, I feel like I want to move apartments because I don't want to be living with scorpions. If I have the option to get away, I'm going to take that option. So, like, my questions are, can they really charge me the $500 to move apartments? If I'm in the same apartment complex, I'm not asking to move out. I just want to move up a floor or two so I don't have to deal with bugs coming in under the door. And then, can they just come into my apartment unannounced like this? I'm pretty sure in my lease I've read that they're supposed to give at least 24 to 48 hours notice, and they did not. They did not give me that. I get that pest control might be different. Maybe they're supposed to come back like on a regular basis, but they were literally just here 1 week ago, exactly 1 week ago. They should not have to come in that often. And for that matter, if they heard the alarm go off, shouldn't they have the front desk people call me so I can come turn it off, so it's not going off all day while I'm at work for 5 extra hours, or however, I don't even know how many hours it was. They could have come in at 10 a.m. this morning. I really don't know. And it's just messed up to me that now my dog probably is like got some issues with his ears because he had to sit here for hours on end listening to this high-pitched thing, and he has sensitive ears, you know? Friggin' peed himself. He was so spooked. Poor guy. I'm just shaking. Like, I'm beside myself. I don't know what I can do at this point. I asked for a copy of my lease like 2 weeks ago. They haven't sent it to me. I want it so I can take it over to legal and be like, what are my options? Can I get out of this lease? Because, like, I feel like if nothing else, being military, I should be able to live in like some livable conditions, and I feel like it's getting to the point now where it's affecting my work, because I'm afraid to leave my apartment now because I'm scared that someone's gonna come in here and try to like rob me and all my things. I can't sleep at night because I'm scared that scorpions are gonna friggin' sting me all night. I don't know. I'm not sleeping well. I'm stressed out. I'm high wired. I don't know what to do, guys. I'm like beside myself, and I really think I'm gonna write a article to the local paper and kind of put this place on blast and let them know what's going on with me, and kind of let people know, like, don't move in here, move away as far as you fucking can from this place, because as pretty as their pool is and as pretty as this area makes it look, it's shit. It really is shit. It makes me so fucking mad. I don't know. So now I'm sitting here, it's November, almost December, but I can't move out until the end of March, and I'm living with scorpions, and who knows if they're gonna break in and take my stuff. Luckily I have renter's insurance, but some things are priceless, and you know, it's a pain in the ass. I shouldn't have to worry about my home. I should feel safe every day, and even after the break-ins, it was hard enough for me to feel safe. I mean, even when I go outside at night, I usually have like a knife on me, or have someone on the phone with me, so that if something happens, like they know where I live, and they know to call the cops. Or I don't know, people get robbed here all the time. I've read reviews on this place since all this stuff happened, and people have said that their cars have been broken into on multiple occasions. People have been robbed at gunpoint, just like out in the parking lot. It's scary. I don't know. I moved into this place without doing like a ton of research, but it looked like it is a beautiful place. It's a beautiful area and everything like that, but I don't feel safe here. I'm not happy here. I just can't wait to move out at this point. And that's really all I wanted to vent about. I thank you guys for listening to me. If you guys have any kind of advice on this, I would love to know, because I'm beside myself. I really am. I feel like my life is a mess right now, and it's mostly because of where I live. I'm not happy here anymore. I'm just ready to go somewhere else. I would love to get orders and go move anywhere at this point. I've been in San Antonio for like 4 years. I like the area, but I'm ready for change. I really am. So yeah, that's all I have though. I'll see you guys in my next video. If you're not already, please hit subscribe, leave a like, leave some comments. I'm gonna try to start posting more. I'm hoping at least once a week is gonna be my new goal. Let me know what you guys want to hear more of. And then if you want to see more of this face, let me know. And I will see you guys in my next video. Say bye, Bruce. Oh, you're so cute. Say bye. Bye, guys. See you next time.